professional flop. Knows how to step to the rhythm. It was nepotism that got her a job. And she's always under pressure. And she's always oversexed. A little unsophisticated, overstimulated. Can you guess what happens next? Next. Said you're never gonna hurt me, but are you ever gonna stop? Said you're never gonna hurt me, let's not stress. She was a 5-star general. Now she's a sergeant at arms. Wonder where the money went. Corporal punishment and private charms. She's a bottle full of lightning that I didn't need to catch. A little unsophisticated, overstimulated. You can guess what happens next. Next. Said you're never gonna hurt me, but are you ever gonna stop? Said you're never gonna hurt me, but are you ever gonna stop? There's no reason for believing that it ever will correct. The cards are worth dealing. Check that bet. Next.
Got to go wireless with this mic here. It's causing some issues with dogs and everything else, but hey, that's not what we're here for. First of all, shout out to Chris Reel. That is his newest song, Next. You don't hear music like that every day. Gotta love it. And actually, you know what? Just as of yesterday, I was checking in on it, and it seems like it's really doing well. It's his second, or now probably his most listened to song on SoundCloud. Go check it out. Link is in the comments, of course. Now, just 1 second. I started prematurely, and I didn't get to hydrate. Much better. Okay, so you might have heard some news, some more COVID measures going on, which means, unfortunately, I will have to make a sacrifice, which I'm perfectly willing to do. And my soccer league is put on a little bit of a hiatus. Lots of other people, you know, it's not so bad for me. I feel bad for the kids. They're not going to be able to do their hockey and all that stuff that they, you know, really love and look forward to. So I'm going to make some sacrifices. But the one thing that means for me is that's just one more activity that I'm not going to be doing to keep this beautiful body the temple that it is. So that means I really have to double up and refocus on my diet. So today we're gonna do something a lot of fun. The other day, what I did, 1 second. I don't want that boiling over. So the other day, what I did is I actually created a recipe from Instagram, actually. It was someone sent it to me on Instagram. Actually, it was my beautiful fiance that sent it to me on Instagram. And essentially what it was keto ravioli. Now, keto ravioli, essentially all it is you take cheese and you put, you know, pork, essentially Italian sausage is what I made, and I stuffed it in that provolone cheese, folded it over kind of like a taco. So this ravioli gave me a little bit of idea. Like, folded foods are delicious, right? You got tacos, you got, well, ravioli, you've got pierogis, and that was the big one for me. And I was like, God damn, I really miss pierogis. So I was like, well, this ravioli kind of looks like a pierogi. Why can't I make pierogis keto pierogis? Fucking genius, right? That's what I thought, at least. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, it's not very often that I will not have cooked a meal before that I'm gonna be doing in Big Red's kitchen. So this is new. We're gonna have fun. We're exploring this together. So let's talk about what we're gonna do today a little bit. So what we're gonna do, as I said, keto pierogis. We've also got some filet mignon that we are sous videing. And essentially, we're just gonna take it, we're gonna essentially put it in a bag, a vacuum sealed bag, add some butter, some garlic, throw it in there, a controlled cook, so sous vide. Essentially, what you do is you submerge it in water that's controlled at a specific temperature, and it cooks the entire piece of meat to that exact temperature. So technically you can't overcook it, okay? It's like the Wankel drive shaft of cooking. Anyways, car enthusiasts, you'll get that job. No, that joke, no revs. Anyways, so we've got that. We'll go into that a little bit more. We're gonna reverse sear that at the end. And we've also got some rutabaga that's boiling. That's what's giving me all these issues in the back here. So that's going. Those are gonna tender up a little bit, and we're gonna make our stuffing. Instead of using potatoes for the pierogis, our filling, we're gonna use rutabaga. We're also gonna fill it with some awesome, delicious goodies. We've got some heavy cream. We've got sour cream, and doggies are barking. Finley, you're a good boy. He is a good boy. He's just singing the song of his people, having a gay old time. No biting though. Anyways, so we've got green onions, we've got bacon bits, we've got, well, when you're using cheese as a wrapper, what do you need inside? More fucking cheese. So we've got that. We've got some garlic. No Big Red recipe is complete without garlic. And some butter standing on standby. And of course, a variety of delicious beers. So we're pretty much ready to go. We're just waiting for this stuff to cook up. So go grab another beer, make it a district, and we'll see you soon. We've had the rutabaga on. Now, if you're not familiar with the rutabaga, it kind of looks like a turnip. It's like yellow in color, it's got a little purple on it. Skin looks a little hard. You saw it in the intro video when I was cutting it up there. It's kind of like a potato, just no starch. And it is really sweet and really, really tasty actually. I actually prefer it these days to potato. Really, really nice. So we've got that. And we're gonna move that over. We got a colander here in the sink. And we're gonna strain that out. And we're gonna get ourselves a nice container. Make sure all the water's out there. And so this is what rutabaga looks like when it's nice and cooked. So now, what are we doing? Well, first, a little bit of salt. And then we're gonna take a little bit of heavy cream. It's about 1/3 of a cup. And I just used a medium-sized rutabaga, you saw it in the video. And a potato mashup. And we're just gonna go and we're just gonna get it started. We don't wanna mash it all the way here. We're just getting it started because we've got other ingredients that are going in here. So just get it nice and loosely done. Now, back on. More garlic, of course. Little sour cream. And some green onions. Not all of them. I used a bunch here. This is what I cut up, but I'm not going to use all of them. About half of those in there. So now we can get back to mashing it. Need my official taste tester. Baby, come here. Ignore the camera. Let's go. Need it. Let's go. Just good. Excellent, she says. Well, that's good. I think it needs a tad more salt, and I think she agrees with me on that. Actually, you know what? Let's go crazy. We don't need the salt. We're gonna add cheese. Nice salty cheese. There we go. And that's crazy because we're wrapping this in cheese. That's the beauty about this keto diet, that essentially you're just cutting out sugars. And I mean, you still need to be a little conscientious about your calorie intake. It's like not buck wild, but when I tried a counting calories diet, I literally almost died. We've got our filling made, and it is good, especially with that cheese. Let's try that. Bacon adds nice smoke to it. That rutabaga is nice and sweet. You've got the green onions adding that nice familiar taste that you have with pierogis, and well, especially cheese and onion pierogis. And that's dynamite. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to prepare the provolone wrappers. So this is done, we're good there. Now I'll show you just provolone cheese slices, just like that, arranged so. And we're gonna cook these off at 375 for about 3 to 5 minutes, depending really on the circulation you get in your oven. We've also been working on some steaks, and we sous vide them. I've been cooking them at 55 degrees centigrade, or right around 140 Fahrenheit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reverse sear it at the end and just put a nice crisp sear on it. And that's gonna bring the temperature right up to that medium rare that you want at 145 or so. All right, so now we've got these little wrappers, as we're calling them, and those are about 375 for about 6 or 7 minutes. You'll see when they're done. We're gonna take our stuffing and we're just gonna put little amounts on each one, and then we're just gonna take them and fold them over like so, making little cheesy, beautiful pierogis. Oh, thank God for beer. All right, so now we need to start working on our steak. I can tell you who's not getting any steak today. It's the misbehaved little puppy. He shouldn't be eating steak anyways, but so as you see, what we've had is butter, garlic, and these beautiful tenderloins, filet mignons. And these filet mignons, they came from cattle country, or country cattle, out by Mortlach, Saskatchewan. And their beef is unbelievable. Check them out through Meatocracy. Get that order in. We'll discuss that a little bit more in the future. Yeah, so now we're just gonna take these out of here. And essentially what we need to do is we need to get some butter. And I'm gonna heat up this pan. Now we're gonna get it pretty hot. It's okay if the butter burns a little bit, but we're gonna get it nice and warm. Okay, so we've repositioned a little bit so you guys can see a little bit about how I cook this steak. This is the little bastard that's been making all that noise in the background. Seems like the only time he's well behaved or anything is when I hold him like this. So we're gonna take our chances and let him down in a second. He is cute. He is a friggin' nightmare most of the time, but he's learning. He's only a little pupper, and even though we sometimes want to strangle the little bastard, we do love him very much most of the time. Anyways, so let's take our chances, see if we can get him not to chew my wire, because we haven't gone wireless yet. And so we've got our butter in the pan, and now we're just gonna take our filet and sear it. Just finish it off. Oh, that's just butter in there, might as well add that. And we're gonna do this for about 45 seconds. And the reason that filet is so good sous vide is because you can control the temperature. So we cooked it to just underneath the temperature that we want at about 55 degrees Celsius, right around 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Now the USDA says that a steak is medium rare at 145, so it is going to come up a little bit in temperature, but that'll come with this nice sear. So we're letting that go. You don't want to do this long at all. 45 seconds aside, maybe a minute, and that really is it. Since this is working, we're going to put these back in for just a few minutes. And transfer them on a plate because they need to cool. Oh, a little reach for the beer. Dog is chewing on fiance's foot, but not making too much noise. So let's enjoy the silence for a second. We'll be back very soon and we'll be plating. All right, so we're ready for the plating part. I gotta apologize too. My fiance just informed me that I did not put enough effort into my clothing today and that these blues clash. So I ask for your forgiveness for this oversight. I try to make myself as presentable as possible, as you can see by my coiffure. And so I guess I fucked that one up, so I apologize. But just because I look like a bum doesn't mean the food isn't good. And we've got these beautiful little pierogis. And I'm not sure how traditional pierogis and steak is. That's how we roll in the Red household. And we've got this beautiful Saskatchewan beef. The missus gets the little one. And the big one there for me. No pierogi is complete without some sour cream. And we'll bring it in for a close-up. But this is Keto Pierogis and Saskatchewan filet mignon. See you guys for episode 10 next week.